go. June the Realtor podcast, episode number 5, coming at you with Ryan Anthony.
What it do?
Hey, Catch a Fade Worldwide, man.
You know what it is.
Hey, I love this, man. Before we get started, before we dive in, I want to give a couple quick shout-outs and announcements. Luna Video Games, Diamond and Rob, shout out to you guys. Diamond actually won a bomber jacket the other day, and I went and delivered it to her. And so I just wanted to shout you out because you gave us this gift baggie, and I said I would. So here we are. If you guys get a chance to check out Luna Video Games, it's down there off of, is it Broadway? It's just down there in Chula Vista. You guys can look it up. Luna Video Games. It's a really nice place, and Diamond's a good worker, man. So shout out to you, Diamond and Rob.
Shout out Diamond.
Yeah, man.
Hey.
Yeah, thanks for the support. Thank you for the support. It means a lot to us.
Absolutely. With that being said, guys, we have a local legend in the building, okay? If you've seen the Barely See the Beach brand, then you got to know it's Ryan Anthony, right? And it's blowing up right now. It's all over the place. But we definitely are excited on this podcast. We're ready to welcome him on. As you guys know, the June the Realtor podcast, this is where we talk about hustle, we talk about heart, we talk about stories behind the grind. And, all San Diego natives and entrepreneurs are always welcome. So if you guys hear this, shout me out, reach out to me, and we'll find a way to get you on the pod. Nonetheless, I'm also co-hosting with my best friend, all right? I'm not shy about that. It's my best friend, Catch a Fade Worldwide.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, June, for bringing me on to your podcast. You know what it is. Hey, today's episode is one for the city. All right, everybody, we got a real one in the building, straight out of Spring Valley, rapper, businessman, behind the scenes of Barely See the Beach, Ryan Anthony.
That's right.
I appreciate y'all having me, man.
Hey, of course, bro, man. This man's been doing it different. He's been putting out solid music for how long you been doing music, bro?
Forever, bro.
Forever, man. This guy's been putting out solid music. His branding is solid. Yeah. His hustle is solid.
Yeah.
And today I'm excited because we actually get to dive into his story, his vision, and what's next for one of San Diego's most respected voices.
Come on.
All right, let's start at the beginning, Ryan.
Hey, hype me up.
Hey.
Hype me up, Joe.
Let's start
Say
it.
something else about me, man.
Hey, man.
No lies. You know what I mean? He ain't saying no lies, though.
Yeah,
Hey,
I appreciate it.
You know what? Before diving right into it too and asking you a couple questions, man, I will say one of the most humbling things as a native San Diegan, Ryan, dude, I reached out to you. Okay, this guy's a hustler. He pulled up on me. I asked him for a jacket. I was excited as fuck. Like, I was going crazy, and I was like, man, I met Ryan Anthony today, da-da-da. And I told Ryan, I said, look, Ryan, respectfully, what I would love to do with you one day is I'd like to run a promotion where we can give back to the city. And I'm glad Catch a Fade jumped on that with me, and we were able to give out these bomber jackets. But it's humbling, though, because Ryan doesn't have no ego, man.
Nah, you can't.
Nah.
Hey, for real, though, to have longevity, right? I've been doing this for, like, you asked how long I've been doing music. Bro, I couldn't tell you today, bro. That's how long it is. And it's like you're not able to sustain and you're not able to have longevity if you're going to have an ego. It don't last. It's not going to last.
Amen.
Facts.
So, being humble, being about the people, being personable, that's one of the key ingredients to
hustling, yeah, man.
To the program, yeah.
Well, the Bible talks about that too, man. It's funny that, pride cometh before the fall, right? And so if you got that ego,
okay,
you know what I mean? You got that.
We preaching today too. Yeah, come on, talk to him.
June the preacher.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, it's like, no, it's true though, man. Like, look, people reach out to me, and I don't have like a massive following, but like if they're like, hey, I'm a hustler, I need a little bit of help. Can you repost? Of course, I'm gonna support the hustle. Like, nobody's too big.
No, never.
And so, nonetheless, Spring Valley legend right here. How did growing up there influence your story and influence your sound?
What didn't influence the story? It is the story, because that's the beginning of the story. I mean, it still is the story. But yeah, growing up in Spring Valley, it was beautiful, man. It was some of the best times of my life. Yeah, some of the best times, man. It's fun, cause I grew up in the '90s, bro. Outside, you know what I mean? We was I feel like we was the last of the outside generation of
Yep.
bikes, jumping fences, you know, running from the police. You know what I mean? Like all that type of stuff. Like, but it was fun though. It wasn't like, you know, crazy. It was just, you know, kids in the neighborhood having fun. So it was like, you know, yeah, all those experiences. And that's all I talk about too. And as far as the music goes, it's just all the experiences that I've had over time.
Man, it's funny. A lot of my family actually grew up in Spring Valley. My grandparents are Chaldean, right? So they moved down from Detroit to Spring Valley instead of El Cajon, Spring Valley, and they lived off of San Juan Street right there near La Presa. And it's funny because I feel like a lot of the way my family came out of this, like out of Spring Valley, you know, it's a different hustle, man. They grew up there in the 90s too. And let me tell you, like, all of them are, Josh knows. Josh met my dad. He's met my uncles. Like, they're all hustlers, man.
Yeah, I actually grew up in Spring Valley too. You know what I mean? Went to Sweetwater Springs, went to La Presa Middle.
No way. I didn't.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, absolutely. I lived on top of Dictionary Hill.
Come on.
No way.
The worst time to play basketball, but you know what I mean? When the ball would go down the hill, I'd be like, fuck.
Yeah.
You know?
Also too, what I love about Spring Valley is like we're all different backgrounds, right?
Yeah.
Of a race, ethnicity, culture, whatever. But we was all in the valley. That's what's so great about Spring Valley is that it's really a melting pot of all sides of San Diego for real. Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody, any nationality you could think of, you rubbing shoulders with them in Spring Valley. Like,
That's right.
it's a crazy mix.
Facts, man.
Yeah, it's a crazy mix. It's crazy too. Like when like politics is going on, all right down the street. You know how some people are very proud of whatever it is that they're proud of, and they wave their flags. You could write down. You could see a Black Lives Matter flag, a Trump flag, and like every type of political flag, every race of flag, every team of flag, just riding down the street.
100%.
And it's like that's what Spring Valley is for real.
Hey, you know, it's funny because everybody there is on their toes. So it's like, nobody's scared to get down over there, bro.
Yeah.
Especially some of the OGs, man.
Yeah,
like
standing on it.
exactly,
Yeah,
that's what
they
I'm
stand on
saying.
it.
And it's like, but there's a mutual respect. It's like, all right, you're gonna
Facts.
respect that. All right, cool, you're gonna respect that. But
Yeah,
you know,
facts.
we don't got to get into conflict because you know where I stand and you stand.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, and real quick, man. So I've been wondering, how does San Diego differ from other West Coast scenes like LA or the Bay when it comes to hip hop?
How does it differ? I don't know. I mean, the people differ. That's really the main thing. Is like the environments are different, so the way that people interact with each other are different. The energy is different. Yeah, because we're all products of our environment, right? So we act as what our environment was around us. So that's pretty much why it different. Every environment is different, and San Diego is dependent. And there's a lot of different hubs of different cultures and economic backgrounds within San Diego too. So even the different neighborhoods, the energy is different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You know, you're gonna get different energy over here in East Lake than when you're gonna get in Spring Valley or Southeast San Diego or in Canto. And that's gonna be different from Claremont. That's gonna be different from San Ysidro. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's right.
So it's
that's what makes us unique in its own way.
Yeah, facts.
Now, growing up in the valley, right? Like, obviously, you know, you rap a lot about, you know, your passion, right? You rap a lot about where you're from. When would you say like all of this started to click for you, right? When would you say the music started to click and I'm all in on this music thing?
When did it start to click? Well, Barely See the Beach was like, that's what I'm known for. But I had a life. I had a life before Barely See the Beach. And that life is just trying to get to a starting point. It took me, you know what I'm saying? It took me like 6 years to get to a starting point. So, it's like, you know, it's with anything. It's with anything when you're trying to start something, especially that you're trying to start a business or you're trying to generate some income. You just doing stuff. You just doing stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Especially when you don't have a direction or you don't have any mentors or you don't have anybody next to you that did what you're trying to do. You're just doing stuff. So, you know, all of that doing stuff is a bunch of lessons. You know what I'm saying? I never took nothing as a loss because I've always been resilient, and everything is a lesson. So it's like you just doing stuff until you kind of formulate it. Okay, this actually works. That does not work at all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so, you know, when you start leaning into what worked and you start expanding on that, then you kind of start, okay. Now we kind of, we get into it. Okay, now we can get to the, now we get some legs on it. Because I literally started, I was trying to sell. I'm not going to even say I was selling. I was trying to sell mixtape CDs, and I would go to College Grove Walmart. I would go to Albertsons in Spring Valley. I would go to FanMart. I would ride the trolley. I would go anywhere, and I'm just hand in hand with people. Hey, this is who I am. This is the music that I got. Will you buy it? You know, I'm trying to get $5 for it. That's it. I was selling stuff for $5.
Wow.
I'm getting no all day.
$5. That's
Yeah,
all I have.
I'm getting no all day. And it's crazy too. A young lady not too long ago hit me up and was like, I don't know if you're gonna remember me, but you were walking through Mission Valley Mall like 15 years ago, and you came up to me and you were trying to sell me a CD, and you was like, you trying to get $5 for it, and you was like, I only have $1. She said she only had $1, and I was like, that's cool. I'll take the $1, but you gotta listen to it.
Wow.
I'm trying to get heard.
Yeah.
That's it. If I could get heard, then we can start. That's it.
Yeah.
I need to get heard.
So you get the traction.
Yeah, right. I'm trying to get heard. So I'm trying to do anything I can to get heard. But going back to when I was selling stuff outside of, you know, wherever I could sell stuff at, I'm hearing no all the time. Just no, but it's not stopping me. But I'm like, okay, I need, and at the same time, like, I need some bread, bro.
Yeah.
I need some money, bro. So I started utilizing my social media, and it was just like, okay, this is the CD that I have. If you would like a CD, I will come drop it off to you. The CD is $5. I will come drive to wherever you're at, and I'll drop it off to you.
That's commitment right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not many people would take, make that commitment.
Oh, I'm serious.
Hey.
I'm serious. I still get to it like that to this day. But that's what started
Wow.
that. When I was just selling mixtape CDs. And this is 2 projects prior to Barely See the Beach.
Let me tell you something. That right there, you know what that tells me? Like, from a hustler to a hustler, and Josh, I know you can relate to this. That right there is called fucking persistence.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, bro, that's you know how many as a salesperson, like believe it or not, you're in sales, right?
Yeah.
That's what it is. You're
Facts.
you're putting your talents out there as sales.
Facts.
And like the fact that, let me show you why it's persistence, because here you are and you're still doing the same thing and you're not scared to get it out the freaking out the trunk, bro. Yeah,
like out the mud every time.
Hey, and it's like, dude, that's so respectable. I had no idea, like to take it back 15 years, bro.
Yeah.
Wow, that's
And that's 5 years prior to my starting point.
oh my god.
You know what I'm
dude.
saying? But that's what I'm saying. You just doing stuff until something worked.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like once that worked, it was like, damn, okay. I went from asking 100 people in front of Walmart. I might have sold two. But then I put this post on social media. Boom, 10 people wanted it.
Dang.
Okay, so I got 10 sales, and I ain't even had to ask nobody. They hit me up and was like, "Hey, yeah, I want that. Pull up this the address." I was like, "Okay, that might okay. Now we get it somewhere." So yeah, I've stuck with that model. I carried that model to this day.
I love that,
Yeah,
bro.
to this day.
That's like,
Man.
Yeah.
You're built different, bro. You have
Yeah,
to understand
bro.
that,
Man.
You're just built different. A lot of people, entrepreneurs, don't have that movement like the way you had it. And how many
Yeah.
no's until you get a yes? right?
Oh, my
And
God.
to be outside
ridiculous.
trying to sell CDs when you know damn well, especially in Southeast San Diego, there's a big chance you might get checked,
Yeah.
robbed,
Oh, yeah,
shot.
Oh, yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
And then
yeah.
you being you, putting yourself out there, just that means a lot.
Yeah.
And then look at you now.
Yeah.
Wow.
I ain't care. I didn't care. And it's crazy too, like that same thing. I will hop out on anybody. Like if I seen a group of people, I'm hopping out. Like, hey, this me.
Yep.
This my CD. I want y'all to listen to it. Right? I didn't care who it was. And I would go up to high schools after school. Damn, this is crazy. I forgot about that. I used to go up to high schools after school with a gang of CDs, and I would politic with the kids out there.
Oh man.
Like, hey, this what I got going on. This is me. This the music that I got going. Just listen to it. I wasn't even trying to sell at the high school. So I'm like, yo, if the high school kids get with it, they'll just spread it to their friends. Cause I'm just trying to get heard.
That's a smart move right there. That's a business move.
Yeah. So, yeah, I would do that. I would go up to this, politic with the kids, slang CDs. Yeah, just grinding, bro, having fun. And this is and I was, how old am I at that time? 19 years old. Yeah,
Damn,
19, 20. Yeah, between 18 to 20 years old. I was like, that's when I started doing that.
That's crazy, bro.
Man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And years later, man, and look at you now.
Man,
you know,
yeah.
Still doing it.
Cause I dropped Barely See the Beach. I was 25. Yep.
Hey, speaking of Barely See the Beach,
24, something like that. Crazy.
the San Diego rap scene's got some heavy hitters, right?
Right.
Are you connected with folks like Mitchie Slick, Rob Stone, Dizzy Hollow, Lil Weirdo?
Yeah.
What's the energy like between artists here? Like, is it more love or more competition?
It's beautiful.
That's a good one right there.
Yeah.
Come on.
Nah, it's beautiful. But there's levels though.
There's levels.
There's levels, because I remember when I first getting started. I'm like, yo, I'm better than them. I'm better than them, right? You know what I'm saying? I'm going in a booth like, I rap better than everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm not even focused on like trying to make good music. I'm just trying to prove that I'm better than somebody. So it's like when you first getting started, it's a comparison game.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You're like, oh, I'm better than them. Nah, this beat way fire than what they just put out. But once you've been doing it for so long and you have longevity, those is all the homies. It's all love. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I talked to Desi a lot. I talked to Desi yesterday.
Hey, shout out Desi.
Yeah,
Hey, bring him. Hey, I'm gonna sales pitch you. How about that? Let's get him on.
Shit, I'll call him for you.
Oh
Yeah,
man,
yeah,
nah,
but yeah, those is all the homies though. Yeah, all of them. So it's like, yeah, once you get to a point where it's you're solidified in your lane, and I'm not competing with nobody. I don't.
100%. Nah.
Amen.
Yeah, I don't care what nobody doing, bro. Yeah.
Here's the thing, right? Like I'm June the Realtor, right? And I like to circle it in, right? But one thing I learned is branding.
Yeah.
Branding. Like even
Right.
Catch a Fade, he's big on branding with his studio.
Yeah.
He's big on it, and I feel like you got to be creative in the space that you're in, bro. How many rappers are out there in San Diego right now that are like trying to
Hundreds.
bro? And then so as a realtor, even me, like there's 30,000 licensed realtors in San Diego County.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm like,
Yeah.
how the fuck do I stand out?
Yeah.
How
Same
do
thing
I?
with barbers.
Same thing with barbers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it's a
Yeah.
competitive space, bro. It's
Yeah.
not, and it's funny because that's where the pride thing kicks in. That's why I love that question, because it's like in the rap game, it's funny because everybody has to, if you're a rapper and you're representing yourself, you have to be like, I'm the best rapper. Wayne talks about this. Eminem talks about this. Like, these are big, everybody wants to be the best,
Right.
right? But in reality, like, everybody, it's like, how do you, in San Diego County, right, with all the rappers that have come up, like, I was going to ask you this. How do, like, is there like a secret backdoor channel where all you guys are all tapped in with each other? Or is it all just love? Like, when you see each other, it's like, hey, what's up? I see you.
Yeah, bro, it's all love. Yeah, it's all love for real. Cause, like I said, I've been doing it forever. So I've done songs with everybody as well. You know, I've done videos with everybody as well. I've done, and also too, I might be a little bit different than some other people as well, cause I've out the gate from the Barely See the Beach, the first video, I tried to get everybody in it.
Mm-hmm.
So I've always been, so it might be a little different for me. I've always tried to work with everybody. I've always tried to, you know, include everybody and make positive plays that anybody could be a part of. So I've never been like, oh, nah, I ain't rocking with dude. I'm not rocking with dude. I rock with everybody. And I think that's why I've been successful as well, is that the people, the consumers, the fans of San Diego music, they see that. And we haven't really had that before in the past. Because there is a lot of division within, just from, you know, neighborhood politics.
Right.
Yeah, that's real, man. Like, especially neighborhood politics.
Yeah.
Hey, Ryan, real quick. So take us back to your first studio session. What do you remember the most?
First studio session?
First one.
All right, so I'm going to take y'all back, though. I was the studio engineer. Right?
No way.
Bro, I didn't rap when I first started. Like, when I first started, I was behind the boards. I was behind the mixing boards.
Right.
I first started off making beats on
Wow.
Fruity Loops. So, bro, yeah. So look, every song on Barely See the Beach 1, Barely See the Beach 2, Barely See the Beach 3, I produced, I engineered it, and I mixed it. I made every beat. That's where I started. I was making beats for the homies that wanted to rap. I didn't want to rap. I'm not an in the camera type dude, right? I don't like to be the center of attention. I like being behind the scenes. I like being in the corner. I like watching. I don't want the eyes on me. I want my eyes on everything else.
Love that.
Right? So, yeah, my first studio session, I was the
Just
engineer.
behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's
Hey,
crazy.
I was the engineer.
That's badass.
Yeah, I was the engineer.
That's
So,
amazing.
But that perspective of being on the production side and not the rap side, it gives you a bigger perspective. It gives you a bigger perspective of the whole process of building a song and producing the final and getting to that final product, because it's a lot of hours that go in to making these beats before it even gets to a rapper.
Yep.
You know,
That's true.
And then when it do get to the rapper, it's a lot. After they put their words on it, it's a lot of work. There's a lot of hours that get put on the song after they leave.
Yep.
You know, it's a lot that goes into making a 2-minute song. But yeah, I started making beats first. I first got Fruity Loops. I was in middle school. I was going to O'Farrell.
No way.
Shout out O'Farrell.
Yeah,
Shout out
come
O'Farrell.
on. Shout out to O'Farrell.
I got some cousins that went there.
Come on, shout out to my Falcons, man. Yeah, but I was in middle school, and we used to have family dinners every Sunday where all my family would come to my mom pad, and I don't even know where it came from, but I just started telling people like, "Yeah, I want to make music, I want to make beats." I never even know I didn't even know what a producer was, but yeah, I'm like in 6th grade, 7th grade. So my older cousin, he just passed away. R.I.P. to bro.
My condolences.
He was like, okay, I have a music program called Fruity Loops. I'm going to download it onto your mom's computer and just play around with it. See what happens. So this was like 6th grade. This was like 6th grade. So he downloaded Fruity Loops onto the computer, and I'm making trash beats. You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta have it. You gotta start.
How you start, yeah.
You gotta start. Beats. You know what I'm saying? Like making crazy. Wow. You know what I mean? Crazy. Any sound, like, you know what I mean? There's no there's no process in my head of cohesiveness.
Right.
You know, I'm just pushing buttons on a thing, trying to, you know, it's making stuff that's it had no rhythm.
Hey, that's how it starts, though.
Yeah, you gotta have a starting point.
Yeah, and you know, like now you got on your computer, and boom, the rest was history, huh?
All right. Yeah.
Man,
So, I started doing that, but it wasn't like something that I took super serious. Nobody even rapped on my beats for real until I got out of high school. So I was like 18, or maybe like senior year of high school, something like that. But yeah, so like 6th grade all the way to 12th grade, I had the program and I would make beats every now and then. But I didn't take it seriously until like I was like 18, 19.
Dang.
Right after high school.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Dude, that's crazy, man. I think about like Jimmy Iovine, like, you know, big time audio engineer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy Iovine, that's how he got his initial break, right, as a studio engineer.
Mm-hmm.
And so it teaches you about the sounds that you hear and what a normal, like, let's say a normal rapper that's just, you know, can lay down rhymes on a pen and paper with a pen and paper, like they might not be able to hear some of the like certain, you know,
nuances.
yeah, the nuances of the sound, man.
Yeah, them textures, man.
Yeah.
Them textures, bro.
Well, you've got a strong independent following, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm glad because you kind of brought it up a little bit ago. But do you ever think about going mainstream? You know, what would that even mean for someone like you?
Nah, at first that was the goal. At first, that's what I wanted. And then when I saw what Hollywood was, or when I saw what the mainstream, when you start seeing behind the scenes of the mainstream, I was like, bro, I don't want that.
Yeah.
I do not want that.
Yeah.
I don't want that at all, bro. It looks terrible. Behind the scenes, what they put out in front of you is glamorous. It's the life. It's bust down rollies. It's all the girls, you know what I mean? It's all this flashy stuff. Behind the scenes is terrible up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's terrible. Bro, I lived in LA for 6-7 years
No way.
trying to get on.
Really?
Yeah, trying to get on. And being up there 6-7 years, I saw a lot. I did a lot. I had a lot of great experiences that I implement into my hustle today. So I'm very grateful for the time that I did have up there. But if I stayed there any longer, I'd have been a wrap. I'm serious, bro. It'd have been a wrap, bro. I'd have got lost. I was already getting lost. I was so depressed. My last year being in LA, that's when I knew I had to come home. That's when I knew I had to come back to San Diego. Because it was just, you get lost up there if you don't, you know, if you ain't got the right guidance.
Man, that's...
Yeah, you get lost anywhere.
100%.
If you don't have the right guidance, and then you in this cutthroat industry, you know, people that don't really, like, they care about you, but not for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
want
yeah,
something
yeah.
in return.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
It's a trade-off.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, I wouldn't say like, oh, they didn't give a fuck about me, but there's other shit going on as well.
Yeah.
You know, that, you know, they got to prioritize what they got to prioritize. And I understand that now from, you know, a business perspective. I understand why certain stuff happened and why certain stuff did not happen. But yeah, saying all that to say, I love where I'm at right now. I love the freedom that I have right now. If I don't scale any higher, I promise I'm good.
Good.
I promise I'll be good for the rest of my life.
I love that, man. Amen.
If I maintain where I'm at right now, I'm living a life, bro.
That's awesome,
I'm
bro.
living the life right now. This is like everything that I work for,
and-
where I'm at right now.
I'm glad they get to hear that, bro. Because
Yeah.
the audience needs to hear this, man. This is Ryan's first podcast in like 2 years, man. And you know what? It's good for the audience to hear that, man. Because as you progress in life, your goals change.
You change.
You change.
Your why changes.
Your why
Constantly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. The why. Yes. 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 Yes.
The
Yes.
why
yes.
changes.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Not many people realize that too. They'll hold on to that why, and that would actually
Let it go,
hurt
bro.
them.
Yeah.
It would do more damage than good.
Yeah. Let that go. Let that go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's all about priorities.
It's true, man. Like the way I look at entrepreneurship, right? It's a personal development plan with a paycheck attached. Right. You know what I mean? And
Yes.
Ryan, this is something that you implement. You know, as you grow as a human being, the more you would make.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I love that about you. But it goes to my next question, right? So you mentioned you're in LA and you had some ups and downs. What was your biggest I'm about to quit moment? Like what pulled you through?
Quit what though?
I don't know, man. You know what I mean?
You know
Like,
what I mean? Like I never was gonna quit. Like my journey, like. Yeah, I never had like I'm about to quit the grind. I've never. What am I gonna do?
Yeah.
Where am I going?
Yeah.
I don't got nothing else, bro. You know what I mean? So I've never had like I'm about to quit, or I'm about to, what I've always told myself is that, bro, if this don't work out, bro, Target always hiring. I'm gonna slide at Target, bro. I'm gonna slide at Amazon.
Yeah.
If it don't work out, bro, Amazon, Target, bro. Okay, I'm gonna get my paycheck.
Yep.
I mean, so I'm always gonna push it. I'm always gonna push it.
that's right.
What's the worst that's gonna happen? Can't pay my bills at the end of the month. Put on a payment plan. I'll figure it out.
Yeah.
I'll figure it out. I gotta pay some extra interest, whatever. I'll figure it out.
You know what, man? And that leads to me asking you this, man. Like, Barely See the Beach as a brand, right? That you're dominating, bro. Like, and it's not even on like. There's nothing close. And as far as Dago apparel, like, there's not even anything that's like coming close, in my opinion. My opinion. I feel like it's more than merchandise now. It represents a culture.
Yeah.
Right. And that it's implemented in the flags from Mexico to Guam to, Filipino. It all goes down. So did you ever at any point when you were building this, right? You know, you're building Barely See the Beach. Did you ever think like, fuck, like, this is what it would become to today? Like, did you ever think it would grow to as big as it is today? And do you think you can scale it even bigger?
I can for sure scale it bigger. Definitely scale it bigger. I know exactly what to do to scale it bigger, but like I was saying earlier, I'm really, my time right now is the most important thing to me. My
Amen.
time, my kids, bro.
Shout
I want
out.
to be at every practice. I want to be at every game, every recital, every birthday party. I want to take cupcakes up to like I had to do when we shot the thing. I was like, bro, I got to get up out of here because I got to take cupcakes to my kids' class. It's his birthday today. I want to have time to do that, right? So that's my why right now. That's my priority right now is my time, having free time. So I play around with the scaling, and then I play around with what does the time look like?
Right.
What does the timing look like? So, and I know I can do both because I've been doing both forever. But, I don't know. I just gotta. What was the first part of the question?
First part of the question was, shit.
I think it was. Did I think I was gonna get it to where? Yeah. Did I think it was gonna be?
Like, did you think it was gonna be as big as it would be today? Yeah.
Nah. When I first made, no. No. Because Barely See the Beach was just a song. It wasn't a movement. It wasn't even. So I put out the song Barely See the Beach 2015. I put out the project, the EP Barely See the Beach 2016. The only reason why I put the project out is because the song, it was the same. It's the same thing with like trying to get sales. The song, it started to stick.
Yeah.
People was rocking with it. So I was like, okay. All right, man, let's
got some traction.
Yeah, we
You got
got
some
some traction.
traction.
Okay, yeah,
It's
let's
moving.
keep pushing this. Let's keep pushing it. And I was like, if I make the project called Barely See the Beach, we could still push the first song, Barely See the Beach, and this is it'll be, I'll be able to expand the push time for a couple years on Barely See the Beach. And so, no, I didn't think it would be a whole clothing line, a whole. Nah,
I gotta say, man,
I did not think. No,
it's a beautiful thing that you created, man. From like a hustler to a hustler.
thank you.
It's like people, you could break into tears about hustling, bro.
Man.
Because to be honest with you, like nobody sees the shit that you got to go through on the back end to fucking make it.
Right.
Make it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like trying not to get choked up because I understand.
Yeah.
Like you got to go through some shit.
Yeah.
Like you got to go through some pain to feel like when you, and then especially once you get to that point, right? So now you found something like Barely See the Beach,
Mm-hmm.
and it's hitting. It's like, oh man,
Yeah.
thank God.
Right.
It's like, you know, you hit certain thank God moments in the process. It's like,
Facts.
oh, dude, okay, barely see the beach #1 went well. Shit, barely see the beach too?
Yeah.
Pushed well.
Yeah.
You know,
Facts.
and so to see it where it is now, bro, from hustler to hustler, I just gotta say, like, I'm very proud of you, bro.
Thank you.
Very, very proud of you.
Hey, me too, bro.
Oh, yeah, thank you. And I think it is crazy to me that just this little phrase I came up with. And also the first Barely See the Beat song, that's not even the original song. I made the first song probably 2 years prior to the one that's out right now. So
Wow.
this little phrase that I came up with, Barely See the Beach, I was 23 years old.
23
I
years
think
old.
about that shit all the time. I'm still eating off this little phrase I just came up with. When I was 23 years old. It's over 10 years later.
Yo.
And it's still pushing. It's still doing what it's doing. And I'm just enjoying the ride.
I love that.
Enjoying the
Man.
journey. Yeah.
Looking ahead, you know, what's the vision for you and Barely See the Beach? You know, five years from now, what are we seeing? Are we seeing more music? Are we seeing more fashion? Are we seeing other businesses? You what's next for Mr. Ryan Anthony?
All of that. Yeah, more music, more merchandise, more giveaways. Man, I don't want to talk about it, but I'm excited about some stuff.
Good.
But bro, I want to help as many people as I can.
Amen.
That's
Amen.
I want to. I'm very big on legacy. I'm very big on what are people gonna say about you at your funeral. I'm very big on standing on something positive and utilizing your platform for good, right? And affecting people for the elevation. So I'm real big on, okay, if I'm able to make these plays, if I'm able to generate this cash flow, let's spread this motherfucker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Let's spread this motherfucker out because I know how it feels to be, I know how it feels to have a lack of resources.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I know what that feels like. And I know how it feels to not know where to go. I know how it feels to not know what to do or how to make a play out of the situation that I'm in. And so if I'm able to, you know,
Give back. Give back.
If I'm able to give back, if I'm in a position to, you know, make some plays for the city, I'm gonna do it every single time.
You know, now that you mentioned that, I love that you said that because you know I'm a barber, right?
Yeah.
June, you know, Catch Your Fade Worldwide. Follow me on Instagram.
That's right.
For
For real, everybody, pause, stop,
real quick.
yeah, go follow Catch a Fade Worldwide and Creative Studios. Nah, that's. I'm telling you,
Yep.
you guys want to. I don't get into podcasting, by the way, without Josh. Sorry, I'm not trying to steal your question
it's all
away,
good.
but
Hey, thank you.
nah, it's just respect because a lot of people don't know that shit, man. Like I'm a young guy. I'm 25. I look up to Josh. Josh is my big homie. That's you know when I got a question, I want to vent, I want to say some shit, I want to talk some shit. I hit up Josh. And anyways, sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. But you know, giving back to the community, Ryan, like for the last 6 years since I became a barber, every year I give back to the kids.
Yeah.
And when I first did this, I was the only Filipino in the barbershop, right? And they would make fun of me. You know, shout out Fada Craft. I fuck with y'all. But,
I remember that.
But they would be like, why you giving out free haircuts? And it you know, from someone that didn't have nothing to finally having something, it meant more to me to give back.
Yeah.
And as a result, I started getting like baseball kids, you know, in Chula Vista.
Yeah.
I started, I got an award from the mayor from Chula Vista. Now I got a barber shop out here in National City. I just bought my third crib, right? I'm a CFO in a nonprofit that houses people coming in and out of prison.
Right.
You know, I also own a nonprofit it's called Cut and Conquer, helping out people with justice impact that learn how to cut hair.
Come on.
Like, you know, giving back is the fundamental reasons why I'm here today.
Yeah.
And I don't give a fuck what people said about me in the past, and I still don't give a fuck what they say about me today.
Facts.
And that's what led me here, and I'm happy that we can connect on that level.
Yeah.
Because, you know, if I really cared what people say, I wouldn't be here.
At all.
Facts.
At all.
Like they say, bro, it's better to give than to receive, and that's why, like, you attach yourself to greatness, right? That's why I'm a big believer in, like, you know, when you see somebody rocking and they're like moving and they're doing things and they're shaping and shifting, and you know, you want to respect that, man. Like, it's better to give than to receive.
Amen.
Period.
Yeah, the universe, you know, gives back. You got to just be willing to receive.
Mm.
You know, a couple years ago, I surrendered to God.
Well,
you know, and
shout out Joey.
I just let go. I let God take the role, and you know what? I'm gonna do my part. I stand 10 toes down on my principles. You know, as long as I don't hurt nobody, still cheat. You know, just be a better version of me every day, and you know that's what got me here.
Come on.
So
Come on.
yeah.
Now, Ryan, what's you know, we talk about hustle a lot on this podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Big believer on it. What's a lesson that you had to learn the hard way, either in music or business? Something that's obviously shaped you to where you are today. What's a hard lesson?
People don't care about you the way you care about yourself. Like, yeah, bruh. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
I do. No, trust me.
I think everybody can relate to that. Like, you know, you think people is finna. Yeah, if you've just starting on your journey and you listening to this, please understand that people do not care about you the way that you care about yourself. They is not your mama, bruh. You know what I'm saying? They is not your. They not your. You know what I'm saying? Your babysitters. They not your guidance counselors. You know, and that's a hard thing to understand. Being young, starting something,
Right?
You know, because you know you got something. Everybody feel like they got the next big thing, and that people ain't putting the amount of resources into you that you deserve. That's how people feel, right?
Facts. Yep.
So that's a hard thing that you got to deal with, and the faster you get over that, the easier it get.
Yeah. I mean, nowadays you got technology. So
Yeah.
in reality, I don't give no excuses for people who ain't entrepreneurs or try to better themselves, personal development, financial literacy, you name it. You know, we have a plethora amount of ways to get it.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, for sure.
You can get it by any means. And
Yeah.
that's something you proved in your whole career. You get it out the car, get it out the trunk.
Yeah,
you
at
know
the
what
trunk.
I mean? You walk around with it, you know,
Yeah.
and that's another thing too, pride.
Yeah, for sure.
You walk around, you know, you bang that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I love that.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Yeah, I think, you know, Josh, actually, my bad. You want to take this one?
No, hey, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, on that same note, you know, I especially in the industry that you're in, right? When you're in rap, you want to beware of those in sheep's clothing, right? And I feel like as you move along, and you know, those are some of the hard lessons that you learn, right? You learn to cut people off, like, and sometimes it's a painful thing to do because it could be your best friend, could be your brother, could be anybody.
Mm-hmm.
But you get, you know, I feel like one of those lessons is like being aware of those in sheep's clothing. You know, sometimes when you're in the hustle and you're in the grind, it's so in your head, man. Sometimes, like, your biggest enemy is you, but then sometimes you got homies that are like bringing you down, like, dude, you know, June, you haven't even sold a house this year. You gonna make it? Like, you know, maybe it's time to go back to Target. You know, so it's like it's a combination of things, but it's a lot about who you surround yourself with too. Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to chime in on that real quick.
Yeah, you definitely gotta watch your surroundings. The you know, birds of a feather
flock together. Yeah,
bro. It doesn't matter, bro. Yeah. If that's it, you know, if you around bad, you're gonna do bad. If you around good, or people that are trying to, you know, live a good lifestyle, then chances are you'll make a more positive life choices. So yeah, you definitely gotta watch your surroundings. You can't be scared to say no. You know, you gotta have your boundaries. You know, after somebody, me personally, like I said before, so many people told me no. You know what I'm saying? No. I have no time. I had no problem with telling people, nah. I deserve that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you earned that. You earned that.
Nah. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm cool. You know, I'm cool. I don't want to do that. And I do that. I do that with a lot of stuff. Like, even with, like, people hit me up to do shows. to do shows and perform at, you know, different venues throughout San Diego, and I usually turn them all down, regardless of how much money it is. I usually turn them all down just because I don't feel like doing it. I mean, that's not the space that I'm in.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you got to set your boundaries. If you don't feel like doing it, don't do it.
Hey, set your boundaries. Those listening for sure. That's a big one.
Yeah.
You know, don't get stepped on, and know your value.
Yeah.
You know, Ryan knows his value.
Come on. If it's gonna irritate my soul, nah, I ain't doing it.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't doing it. Yeah. And it could be some small stuff too. I'll still be like, nah, I'm good.
I like that, man. I'll be honest with you. That's
I'm good. Even with the rap shit. With the rap shit, yeah. Like, nah, bro, I'm straight.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah.
And that's cool, man. Like, that's something that even, like, as you grow older, the target moves, right? So the goalpost moves, and so you learn to adjust. And but yeah, bro, that's I mean, that's definitely something you want to look out for. Boundaries.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? Respect your boundaries and know your value.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna say every morning before my kids go to school, we do, you know what I'm saying, we have a little, you know, morning routine. Part of that morning routine is affirmations, telling yourself how great you are, how beautiful you look, telling yourself how smart you are, telling yourself, you know, all these, hyping yourself up. Another part of that is setting boundaries. Every morning, if somebody's touching you, what do you say? And if somebody's playing in your hair, what do you say to them? If somebody hits you, what do you do? You know, because they have to get comfortable saying these things out loud. Because you could tell them, say no. Just say no. Just say no. But then they get in that situation, and they've never said no before. It's hard to say no.
100.
You know, it's hard to say no. So it's like you have to get comfortable setting your boundaries and saying them out loud. So every morning we go through these situations, these scenarios, and it's, what do you say? And they say, no. What else can you say? I'm not comfortable. What else can you say? How else can you say that? And we go through this array of different ways to say no, how to set boundaries, how to back up. We do polite ways, and we have aggressive ways too.
Yep.
Because I be like, sometimes you got to tell a motherfucker, back the fuck up. You know what I mean? And like, that's some real shit though.
Yeah.
That's some real shit. And if it gets to that, stand on that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, 100.
Stand on that. And whatever you know what I'm saying, however they view you after that, as long as you good with your soul,
amen.
If your internal being is solid, you sleeping at night, you know that you stood on business, don't matter what they say.
Yep.
You all good.
Yeah.
And it goes back to like mastering yourself. This year I became very heavy on filling up my own cup. And I'm pretty sure you guys can relate.
Come on.
For the longest time, you know, I was always filling up other people's cup. You know, trying to pour into other people's stuff, thinking, hey, they're gonna give it back. Yeah. Right. And then now this year, it's like, nah, dude, I'm gonna feed me, I'm gonna take care of me, and I'm gonna fill my cup up so much that it overflows, so people around me
get fed.
Yeah.
Facts. When you fly on an airplane, right, and they going through the whole thing of what to do in an emergency. When them things come out, them oxygen masks come on.
Mm-hmm.
What do they tell you to do?
Put yours first.
Put your mask on first. If your mask ain't on first, you can't help the next person.
Dang.
It's like you got to make sure that you good. If I'm at my best, I can help you. If I'm not, we're both dead in the water.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, yeah. Come on. Yeah. 100. Fill that cup, bro. Yeah, come on.
All right. Well, right, real quick, we're going to hit this. We got a couple questions lined up for you. It's going to be like kind of like a lightning round.
Come on.
We'll move through them real quick. Short answers, but rapid fire style.
Yeah.
All right, first one. Ready? Favorite SD rapper, not including yourself.
McFly.
Okay. Dream collaboration.
Damn. Dream collab. Ah, shit.
Don't be shy.
Damn, dream collab? I don't even know, bro.
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive? That make it easier. Dead or alive, I'm gonna say.
Man, but we want to make it tough now.
dead or alive, I'll say Nip.
Ooh. So hold on, pause, because that affirmation thing that you were talking about, So I saw something where Nip he was talking about, I talk to my daughter that way.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm not trying to swear, but I that's something that just clicked with me. I tell my daughter every morning when I pick her up, I'm like, you're loved. You know what I mean? You will love. You're respected. You will be you will give respect. And those are like some of the affirmations. That's the first thing that came to my mind, but I wanted to pick your brain to see if that's where you had got it from, or is that something you kind of did on your own?
Nah, that's just what you got to do to. This world is nasty.
I know.
That's just what you got to do to. That's just a
fatherhood.
Man, what?
Shout out Joseph Armstrong.
Yeah, man. That's just something you got. That's just something you got to do.
Sorry, man. Not to take you away from the question. So you said Nip.
Yeah.
And then who alive?
Alive? Bro, I don't even know.
Top three.
Yeah. Round.
I don't even got a top 3, bro. Hold up. I ain't even thought about it, bro. Be honest with you.
Shoot, man.
I ain't even play it. Yeah,
any California legends? Like Too Short or?
Man, I worked with Too Short before.
Nah.
Yeah, I worked with Too Short before. I worked with E40 before. Worked with
What?
before.
How about Pilo? Shout out my Filipino.
Oh,
Pilo,
that's right,
man.
Pilo.
Yeah, Pilo is dope. Pilo
My
is
cousin.
dope. Yeah,
Is he really?
Nah, I'm just gonna look like him.
Fucking Josh.
Yeah. I don't know. I gotta pass on that one.
All right.
I gotta pass on that one.
Studio or stage, right? From places that you've performed, where are you most alive? Where do you feel most alive?
Studio.
All right. Best food spot in Spring Valley.
Well, it depends on what you're
I
trying
mean,
to get.
it can't be the barrel.
It depends on what you're trying to get. If you're trying to get Mexican food, I'm gonna say, ooh, wait. It's a few though.
It's
It's
a
some
hard one,
contenders, bro. If you're trying to like sit down restaurant style, go up to where my boy used to live at, up there, kind of by Dictionary Hill a little bit. You hit that right on Grand. It's a spot called Sinaloans.
Yeah, Sinaloense. That one's fucking
Fire.
fire.
Yeah,
There's like a
yeah.
birria spot behind it too.
Yeah. Fire. Oh, yup. Yeah, fire.
Fire.
Yeah, if you're trying to sit down, you trying to get a taco shop style, I say El Puerto.
El Puerto.
Yeah.
All right. And then, so when you last question, first big splurge off of music or merch? Your first big splurge.
I'm not a splurger. Yeah. Like bread, you talking about spinning bread?
Like dropping, yeah. Like what's the,
Bruh.
like let's say, Barely See the Beach 2 came out.
Oh, bruh. I am very frugal, bro.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I like that word, frugal.
I'm very frugal. I do not like having payments. I do not like spending a gang of money on clothes. I do not like, bro, I'm trying to live the most minimal lifestyle possible because I'd rather have that bread to like take my kids to eat sushi or, you know what I'm saying? Or have nice dinners or, I say nice dinners. That's where, if all my extra bread goes to nice dinners.
You said food?
Yeah,
I can't be cheap
yeah,
on
bro,
food.
nah, for real. The kid, we dropped the kids off at school, bro. We hitting the 5-star real quick.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, for sure. I'm splurging on that. Yeah, for sure.
That's
somewhere by the water. Yup.
All right, sixth question then. Best restaurant in San Diego, period.
Best restaurant.
Best like 5-star that you got to go to off the cuff.
Best one that I've been to recently. I'm low key on this. I'm on this like restaurant tour right now. I'm literally on Yelp every morning. Like, bro, what's the most fire, bro? I'm hitting every spot. I'm trying to hit every spot in San Diego. But the best one recently that I went to is called Sea Level.
Oh,
It's called Sea Level.
is that the Island Prime?
It's in the same. I think it's in the same building or something.
Is it? It's right there on Harbor Island, right? Or
Is it?
where's it at, Andy?
Nah, not as IB. It's
By Point Loma, like
I think
by the airport or what?
yeah, by the airport.
Yeah,
What
Harbor
they sell
Island.
there? What they sell there? What'd you
It's
get?
seafood.
Ooh.
It's seafood. Bro, I'm saying when I go to these spots, bro, I order like I'm a restaurant reviewer. I promise, bro. I get like 4 appetizers, bro. I get 2 entrees. I get dessert, bro. I get like 2 glasses of wine. I'm living. I'm living, bro. That's why I say I'm living a life, bro. I'm chilling. The bills paid. Kids is in all the after school activities you could think of. I get to eat on the water in San Diego. What?
You're rich, bro.
Bro, come on.
I love it.
Come on, bro.
Yeah, and that's
life.
amazing. That's amazing, though.
Yeah, bro, that's life, bro. Yeah. So I would be unappreciative if I didn't say I made it. Cause, bruh, this is what I was working for.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Well, this is you know, we live in paradise is the thing, man. San Diego's such a beautiful city, man. That's why I love to sell homes here, because I'm like, fuck, dude, who wouldn't want to live in San Diego? I know politics aside, bullshit aside, who the hell wouldn't want to live in San Diego? You fly into that airport and you're looking through the window, you see downtown, you see the bay on a beautiful sunny day. Like, man, that's a rhyme. I should start rapping. Nah, I'm messing around. You know?
Nah, that's funny though. Yeah, every time like I take, it's funny because like my brand is Barely See the Beach. I take my kids to the beach as much as possible.
Really?
I'm at the beach like 2 times a week, like 3 times a week, 2-3 times a week now, right? Because it's like, bro, it's paradise over there.
It's getting warmer out here too.
It is.
It is paradise over there. So it's like when we get out there, you know, and the kids is running around and all of that, I always sit them down. I'm like, yo, look at this right here. Look at this. Like, y'all are in paradise right now.
Yeah.
Y'all need to really look at this and really be appreciative of the situation that we are all in right now.
Yeah.
Like, dude.
Yeah. Gratitude.
Hey,
yeah, but it's like they don't really get it though. They don't really get it though, cause like I'm coming from a point of, bro, I done hustled and grinded and got it out the mud and did this and that, and I had to deal with this and that to get to this moment of peace, get to this moment of clarity. Bruh.
Yeah.
It's bro, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. And, you know, I tell my kids that they're like, yeah, whatever.
Where's my Robux, Dad?
Yeah, whatever, dude. Like,
What's that Robux password, Dad? You know?
Yeah.
Shoot, man. You go down to Mission Bay. Like, I just saw that they were going to come out with like a new coaster too. You see that? For the 100th anniversary. They're going to revamp it. Did you guys see that?
I didn't even see that.
Yeah,
I barely see the beach, bro.
I barely see the beach, bro. Nah, Belmont Park just
crazy.
announced that. But there's a good on another level. This is probably like a shout out to one of the restaurants down there by Mission Beach. But if you ever been to Kojak's, Kojak's is like, oh, bro, you get the best Greek like I forgot to call like Greek sandwiches, bro. Oh, they've been there. Gyro sandwiches.
I don't want to. You know what I mean?
They're so good, bro, and the same owner's been there forever. But
I'll have to check it out. I add that to my tour.
Hey,
My restaurant.
hey, that's what I'm saying. Hey, speaking about that, are we gonna see Ryan Anthony food reviews coming up 2025, 2026?
Man, you know, I thought about doing that one time, and I know it would go crazy. I know it would be a thing, but I'm just so like those are my intimate moments with
the family.
Yeah, the fam. I don't have my phone out. I don't have, bro. I be so like unplugged when I'm not working that it would take away from my like joy
of the food.
Yeah, because then I'm working.
Okay.
Yeah,
I like that.
You have to unplug, dude.
Yeah,
like literally, like for real. I went through this like when you first starting, bro. As an entrepreneur, you could work every single day. I could work every single day. There's always something to do.
100.
And now I'm at a point where it's like, there's always something to do. I'll do that shit tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Like I don't have to stay up till 2 a.m. doing this. I could relax and get to it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because there's no ending.
Yeah, that's the thing as a hustler.
Yeah. There's no ending. There's no stopping point. It's a forever goal, forever. So there's a point, right? Because, like, even with the out the trunk, when I was out the trunk selling hoodies, I would literally do it 24 hours. People would hit me up at 2 a.m. Hey, my family is having a family barbecue. We still up, turned up. Some people want some hoodies. Can you pull up?
Wow.
I'll be there in 15 minutes. I'm getting up out the bed at 2 a.m. I'll be there in 15 minutes. Yeah, I'll be there. It didn't matter where it was at either. And I feel like some people would, like, just tell me like these little sketchy parts to pull up to just to see if I really pull up to it. And I'll pull up to it. They'd be like, damn, you really pulled up. Yeah, bro. Like, yeah, bro, I told you I was going to be there in 15 minutes. I don't care where you at. Yeah, I do not care where you at, bro. I am pulling up. So, yeah, so there was a point where I was just straight grind, straight hustle, 24 hours out the day. But then I'm missing stuff, family wise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm at a point where, bro, these kids grow so fast. I don't want to miss nothing.
Yeah.
I don't want to miss nothing. So,
Yeah, that's true, man. You're only young once.
Oh man, what'd you say? This the youngest I'm ever gonna be.
Today's the youngest I'm gonna ever be.
Today's the youngest I'm ever gonna be.
I ain't telling no lie with that one.
Yeah.
You know, I think one last thing that I kind of wanted to get into with you, you know, you're obviously Barely See the Beach is a big brand, but we love the bars, bro.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how much you could talk about, you know, the next album, but you know, is there any? Just let me know. Is there any features we should be hyped for? Are there any big names, any big statements you're making with this one? I know you talked to me a little bit about it on the side, but you know, for the audience to hear or see.
Yeah, I don't want to say too much about it, but we working.
Okay,
Ooh, that's all I gotta hear.
Yep, that's it.
Yeah,
Tune in on the next episode. You know what I mean? I love it.
Yeah.
You got some teasers for us, bro. You can leave us on a cliffhanger.
Yeah, for real. Josh, you got some?
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, Ryan, we're so appreciative.
100%,
from just being just human in general. You know, the fact that you can walk into a room and have that tremendous energy, and it's contagious. It's on June. It's on me. You know, it's on our podcast guy. Hey, shout out Andy.
Shout out Andy Cruz, man. Well, you know, he's the man behind the scenes, getting all this shit together, making it happen for us, and very grateful for him too.
And I just want to say that thank you for sharing, because not many people would. And I love the way you're going, bro. I just keep doing it. Don't stop. And I just want to say this publicly. If you ever need anything, you know, you're more than welcome to hit us up. We can make something happen.
Absolutely. Yeah, man.
A lot of collaborating and networking and making big events. And, you know, we have one coming up, actually. Backpack giveave. So, Ryan, go ahead and tell them a little about that.
So every year, this will be, 8 years or 9 years, I've given away backpacks to the kids in Spring Valley. This will be like the 8th or 9th year. Yeah, every year I get 1,000 backpacks. We get school supplies. We bring the jumpers out. We got barbers. That's where my guy comes in at.
Yes, sir.
And we have resources that we are able to give to the kids' parents, and it's a beautiful time, bro. Beautiful time. So, yeah, that will be August 9th. It'll be at Mount Miguel High School this year.
Shout out Mount Miguel.
Yeah, 1,000 backpacks. If you would like to donate to the cause, hit me up. If you would like to donate school supplies, hit me up. Yeah, it's a collaborative effort. It's that's all I'm about. Collaborative efforts. I'm all about community. So yeah, if you want to be a part, we'll have vendor spaces as well. We still working that out, so just be on the lookout for that. But yeah, August 9th, Barely See the Beach backpack giveaway. Year number 8 or 9. I stopped keeping track of stuff like this. It just, hey, come on.
Hey.
Hey, come on, pull up on me. Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me though.
Absolutely, man. For real, before we wrap up, you know, I want to let the people know where to tap in with you, grab the merch, and plug everything. Ryan, if you want to give them your socials, links.
Yeah, hit me up on Instagram, Spring Valley Ryan. My clothing website is barelyseethebeach.com. Yeah, bro. That's the main spots. Yeah, hit me up.
For sure, man. Well, that's a wrap for episode number 5 of the JTR podcast. Shout out to Ryan Anthony. Shout out to Spring Valley. Shout out to Catch a Fade Worldwide. I would not be podcasting if it weren't for Josh putting me on game.
And special shout out to June the Realtor. Go ahead and give this man a follow. If you need a house today, go ahead and hit that up. You know what I mean? Don't be shy.
Let me tell you guys, you know, I don't really, on the podcast, I try to stay humble about it for the most part, but you know, I don't get to do these promotions. I don't get to do these things unless you guys know somebody that's trying to buy or sell homes. You know, that's kind of the big thing here. So if you guys know anybody that's looking to buy, looking to sell a home, anything real estate wise, hit me up. If I don't know the answer, I got people that are tapped in that do know the answer. If you feel like you can't buy a house, that may be a lie. You probably can. You just don't know it yet. Contact me. Even if you have an interest, let me walk you through it. But nonetheless, this is the June the Realtor podcast. And until next time, stay locked in, Stay building. And one last plug, my bad. I do this on every show because you taught me this. If there's somebody out there and you're listening and you feel like you're going through some shit and you feel like life's tough, mental health awareness is a big thing, man. Don't be scared to reach out to somebody like me, somebody like Ryan, somebody like Josh, where this is a no ego zone. So if you feel like you're struggling out there mentally and you just need somebody to talk to, man, just reach out. And so, and if you guys got anything to say on that.
Yeah, man, don't be shy.
Hey.
Go get a haircut.
Go get a haircut. We're out.
Yep, we out.
We out.